The Virtual Football Network proudly presents the Season 9 SFLm Championship game as the Albuquerque Adams square off against the Nashville Tempo. A maximum capacity crowd is overflowing with anticipation tonight in Nashville as we get set to crown a new champion. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cameron Duty, and I am thrilled to be joined by the one and only Cameron Irvine for tonight's Cam and Cam event. Cam, these two squads have endured all the twists and turns that one season can bring, and in 4 quarters, one of them will be rewarded with the ultimate prize of SFLm champions.
These fans, Cameron, are so excited. They know that their pro team is moving on and moving into bigger and better things, but they love this minor league roster. They love this new developing talent, and Nashville is hoping they can finish the deal this season after losing to Chicago in last season's championship. Meanwhile, Cameron, on the other side, Albuquerque, you see them in their throwback uniforms. They've won 3 SFLm championships. They are really trying to cement their legacy tonight as the greatest team to ever play in the minor leagues. It doesn't get any better than this. Let's go.
As we like to say, you're not going anywhere for the next hour and a half or so. Kickoff is underway. We thank you for being with us for tonight's championship game. This kick is returned out to the 28-yard line where Albuquerque will set up. As we mentioned, these two teams, no strangers to each other. In fact, they have met twice this season, once in the spring block and then, of course, this fall. The most recent matchup, Albuquerque come out on top November the 22nd by a score 31-13. And right off the bat, we will get to see Albuquerque on the field, as you said, in their throwback uniforms, Cam, with quarterback Roquan Dots under center.
And the big question for Nashville tonight is, can they stop Jacob Morrison, 203 yards in their last meeting?
First play from scrimmage, and Dots throws almost intercepted. That falls to the ground, though, incomplete. Lucky for them, as Pink Lisa was right there. 2nd and 10. Let's say hello to the Albuquerque starting lineup. We mentioned Roquan Dots, and we'll also mention Jacob Morrison. You'll hear a lot of that name tonight. Chevy Monte Carlo also at halfback. The wide receiving core of Michael Goodman and Clarence Lee. The tight end, Tyler Gregory. And at guard, it's Mango Moody on 2nd and 10. Dots once again to throw back over the middle. That pass, though, much better, much more crisp and precise as he finds Goodman for the first down.
How about Roquan Dots? Just 3 or 4 days after not being selected in the draft, Cam comes out firing on his first 2 plays. Out here to prove a point tonight. Michael Goodman with a tremendous catch. Be interesting to see where he goes in next season in the minor league, but he's an up-and-comer as well. 6'4", 210 pounds.
You better believe that they know that all eyes are on them tonight. And as you mentioned, in Dot's case, of course, wanting to prove something to those out there watching who could have a potential spot for him next season. Morrison with the ground game, 2nd and 6. Let's say hello to the Nashville defense. Defensive end Harley Wilson and defensive tackle Bear Winters. The linebacking core of Tommy Wilbrock Bussey and Jamal Ballard. The cornerbacks Jimmy Hatsis and Bentley Bonner and Pink Lisa. And the 2 safeties Strike Vader and Chris Delro. On the ground they go once more, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 as Monte Carlo gets a couple before being tackled for a short gain.
Albuquerque 5 years ago, Cam, came into this league and took the league by storm with their bright green approach. People called them Queen City West, all that good stuff, but they have lived up to their legacy.
Indeed they have. Wanting to submit it one more time tonight. Going up and over for that reception is Clarence Lee for the first down. This drive continues. Nashville not able to get him off the field.
And Clarence Lee will continue to wear those colors, Cameron. He was picked 17th in the draft on Saturday by the Albuquerque Adams. The only player that Albuquerque was able to retain of the 5 that got drafted. So Clarence Lee happy to still be wearing that uniform. He's got one more game to win a minor league championship.
Morrison with the carry, gain of 3. And yeah, as you mentioned, they're going to be very, very happy to have him coming back. Going to certainly help build that wide receiving core in the major leagues. One more game to finish tonight, though. And like we said, it's all on the line. All the chips are out on the table. Which team is going to prevail? Another Another play on the ground. That's Monte Carlo not getting much, and they are faced with a 3rd and 7.
I know Albuquerque is driving. They're in the red zone, but I like the way that Nashville has been able to contain Albuquerque's run game. I think they want to make Roquan Dots beat him tonight. So far, he's playing well, but they've kept containment on both Monte Carlo and Morrison.
Dots to throw on 3rd down with the check down, and it is read like a book. Great defense by the Nashville tempo, and Bentley Bonner with the open field tackle, bringing up 4th and 7.
Bentley Bonner, an absolute stud for the Atlanta Swarm, continues his great SFL career. That was a huge play for Nashville to get off the field. A 3-minute drive for Albuquerque, but Nashville's got to feel pretty good.
The kick is good, and that will put Albuquerque on the board first with a score of 3-0. Again, a good kick attempt right here, but you got to feel pretty good if you are Nashville, considering how that drive started for Albuquerque. The defense was able to stiffen up.
Yeah, and I think the pressure is on Nashville tonight more so than Albuquerque, Cameron. You got to the championship last season against Chicago. Ironically, the Warriors finished last this season in defense of that title. But you get to the title game, you haven't won one. You're at home. There's just a lot of pressure to win. There's going to be a flag there on face mask on Albuquerque. But, Albuquerque's playing loose. They've already won 3 of these. They're the kings of SFLm. They know it. Oh, actually, it's blocking the back, Cameron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, clipping on number 24 for Nashville. And that is unfortunate there, as that will set them back just a little bit. That's a matchup you're probably not going to win right there.
That is weak. Number 91 probably didn't even feel it. Thought there was a mosquito on his back or something. That is so weak.
Just a bug on a windshield. Keeps going. So for Nashville, Candy Kane under center, 6'6", 240 pounds. In her first season of SFLm play, or his first season, doing a great job. Toss play left side here to Tino Sosa. And, we talked about Morrison for Albuquerque. Well, for Nashville, you got the likes of Easton King and Tino Sosa, who are a pretty good halfback tandem.
Yeah, Sosa just 29 yards on 9 carries in their last meeting with Albuquerque. Good start for him.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 now coming up for Nashville, as we said, looking for their first SFLm championship, and good running by Easton King for the first down. And quickly, Cam, I will say hello to this Nashville offense. We mentioned Candy Kane, the 2 halfbacks, Easton King and Tino Sosa, the wide receiver, Elliott Pope Jr., who will be staying in Nashville when he begins his major league career. The tight end, Sharona Bravado, the tackle, Portia Henson, and at center, we've got Damon Pickle.
Wouldn't want to see him in a back alley.
No. Handoff, and it goes nowhere. 2nd and 9. And a good tackle, and right there, we see big number 91 in on the stop. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the tempo.
Candy Cane hasn't had to do much. Their top weapon is Elliott Pope Jr. in the wide receiving game. They're a little thin. Sharona Bravado at tight end is also a great pass catcher.
And it is again back to the ground game, and with a head of steam, Tino Sosa. No pun intended, Cam, but the Nashville tempo, they produce better with a more upbeat tempo such as that.
And look at the next level blocking all the way downfield. That was really well done by Nashville. It's very unusual to see a running back get 15-plus yards untouched between the tackles. That was just a terrific job by the tempo.
Tino Sosa coming out with a spring in his step tonight. We are halfway through this first quarter already. Candy Kane stands in to throw with the check down. It is complete. And again, just like we seen on the previous series, a good open field tackle, but this time by Albuquerque and Sunny Sky.
Tino Sosa, that was absurd. I thought his arm was going to get sliced off as he stuck it out there for that one-handed catch and probably saved an interception from Sunny Sky, who was barreling over there.
They'll give him 1 yard. 2nd and 9 now coming up as we see Bravado in motion. Moving from right to left. Kane to throw. Stands in the pocket. Delivers over the middle. Finding Easton King, who we know they like to use out of the receiver slot.
Yeah, this is really smart coaching here by Nashville. They have Easton King out of the backfield, but they also split him out wide as well. He's played both receiver and halfback in his day, and when you've got limited weapons on your roster, Cameron, it's good to diversify, and they did just that on that play. Sosa back in the backfield.
I think we have to call those utility men, right? Who can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir.
1st and 10 again to the ground game, but nothing doing. Read again like a book, that time by Albuquerque and Sunny Sky. Let's say hello to this Albuquerque defense. Defensive ends Lucas Gilbert and Seth Harrison. The defensive tackle Eli Calvert. The linebacking core of Seth Berlin, Dylan Bamsler, and Sunny Sky. The 2 cornerbacks Dustin Sikoski and Maxwell Quimbley. We'll pause right there for just a moment. Again, a good gutsy run once again by Nashville and Sosa, who gets the first down.
So Kasi, the 15th pick, going to Houston, making the tackle, but unfortunately spun Tino Sosa right over that first down line. And I think Sosa has more yards in this drive than he had in all of his last meeting against Albuquerque, just 29 yards.
Good start so far. Delayed handoff right there for the tempo, and Sosa tackled by Sunny Sky. As we mentioned, Dustin Sikoski, Maxwell Quimbley at cornerback, and the 2 free safeties, Dondis Telecarne and Sullivan Tyson, rounding out the defense for Albuquerque. 2nd and 9, and like we said, a fast-moving first quarter. A lot of running plays, not a lot of clock stoppage. And this game is moving by quickly. Pope Jr. in motion for Candy Kane, who has all kinds of time and throws off the hands of the intended receiver. Again going for Easton King, and it's 3rd and 9.
King had it. He had it right in his hands, down at about the 3-yard line. Just could not reel it in. That's pretty unfortunate for Nashville. They'll try to get him going in the backfield.
They really felt the pressure of the Albuquerque men right there on him and not able to bring it in. Now out of the backfield, a stiff arm by King, but nowhere to go as Bamsler comes up with the tackle. And just like Nashville, or Albuquerque rather, Nashville is now stymied right around its own 20-yard line.
Yeah, almost very similar drives. Albuquerque did a little bit more through the air, Cam, but both teams finding some success.
And this kick finds its way right down Broadway by Charles Franz. The kick is good, and we are all tied up at 3. And look at how this kick arched back towards the middle of the goalpost there. Had me concerned for a minute, Cam.
Yeah, I was wondering to myself, should I stop talking, or is it going to squeeze through that upright? So fortunately, didn't have to abruptly close down a thought. That's always awkward.
Touchback, ball come out to the 20-yard line. As we said, 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in this first quarter. We thank you for joining us. It is the Cam and Cam show for this SFLm Season 9 Championship. Cameron Duty here with Cameron Irvine, our first time getting to call a game together, so that's always exciting. We've got a good one here. All tied up at 3. Both teams now trying to fill out the situation. Dots now to throw the pass complete down the middle of the field, which is where you will see Dots spend a lot of his time. Tyler Gregory with the reception. The big tight end making some people pay right there.
You know, when Cameron Duty joined the broadcast team, I said to Dags, wow, it'd be really awesome if we called a game together one day. And he said, that's too much Cam. I said, oh, come on. Surely it wouldn't be enough, Cam. And he said, no, it's too much Cam. So I finally convinced him, hey, it's the last SFLm game of Season 9. Please let me call with Cam. He said, all right, fine. And I think it's going pretty well so far.
Oh, I think so. I'm having the time of my life for sure. And we'll prove him wrong. There's never too much Cam. That's what I like to tell my wife. Listen, and yours as well. There's never too much Cam.
coming from a mic, surely there's too much Mike around here. So, yeah. Seems a little biased.
Yeah, the ratio between Mikes and Cams, I mean, come on. Jacob Morrison with a good carry at that time, and now toss play left side to Monte Carlo. And bulldozing forward for the first down is Albuquerque, trying to get a little bit of a rhythm about them here. They did a good job on that last drive before it stalled out, but you can see they want to get the ground game going.
The fall season of the minor league, Cameron, has been unbelievable. This is shaping up to be another great game. We've had so many great ball games in the last couple months.
Well, we certainly have. Morrison that time shaking a tackle, able to get 3, but you are right. There has been so many close finishes. You and I have talked about it, just down to the wire. And as you said, at least here in this first quarter, all knotted up at 3, it's a good indicator of what we might have down the stretch. Now Dots to throw. Oh, that was a quick relief. Incomplete. Kind of a dangerous throw there. A lot of dark green jerseys all around. That brings up 3rd and 7.
We've had some great games. I'm just looking across, looking through the schedule. Chicago almost upset Albuquerque a couple weeks ago. That was a 23-16 shootout, even though it didn't show it on the scoreboard. There's just been so many great games, including 2 awesome wild card games. Oh, what a hit.
Oh, yeah, a hit as he was unloading there. Dots takes a shot. And again, the drive will end 4th and 7. Good defense all around by both of these teams so far, not letting the other one get the upper hand.
Yeah, this time Nashville tightened up a little bit outside of field goal range, and Albuquerque's going to have to punt the ball away. So our first true stop of the evening belongs to Nashville.
Now on to punt. It's number 9 for the Adams, and it's going to hang up there and then drop rather awkwardly, yeah, and fielded right around, looked like the 21, 22-yard line.
Yikes.
Which is where, yeah, Nashville, actually they're going to spot it at the 24.
That's
not
about
a very good kick.
That's about a 14-yard punt. I mean, that is not what you want in any situation. That's a break for the tempo.
Good position to start. They could have been pinned deep in the shadow of their own end zone, but instead they start from the 24-yard line, and now it'll be up to the Albuquerque defense to make something happen. But that is after this brief pause. We're at the conclusion of quarter number 1, all tied up at 3. You're watching the SFLm championship game on YouTube on the Virtual Football Network. And as we said, the Virtual Football Network, the official network of SFLm, SFL, UFL, and so much more coming soon. The Virtual Football Network, where all the best virtual football lives. Welcome you back in to start this second quarter with a man in motion. That's Elliott Pope Jr. down at the bottom of your screen. Kane throwing, complete to Pope, stiff arm. He's turning on the Jets to the 30, making an angle at him. Are they going to get him? Are they going to push him out? They do, right around the 5-yard line. But an incredible catch and run by Elliott Pope Jr., showing exactly why that young man will be playing in the majors.
But you know what? I love this, Cam. I love it for Elliott Pope. It's a great run after catch and a good route, right? But that throw from Candy Kane allowed Elliott Pope Jr. not to break stride. He did not break stride at all. Threw a little drag route over the middle, and he was able to get that one for 71 yards because he didn't have to stop for the throw. That is a brilliant pass from Candy Kane.
Absolutely no hesitation at all. Caught it in stride, and it was up to Sikorsky, who was able to keep him out of the end zone. Oh, that was so close, because you had that time, you had Tino Sosa lunging forward. They're going to mark him just short. 2nd and goal. Look how close that is.
And Tino Sosa, back in the spring, he only had 22 yards on 11 carries. This guy has grown a lot as a player. He is playing one of his best games in the minors tonight in the biggest of spots. Let's see if they get it back to him for the score.
They do keep it on the ground, and walking in is Tino Sosa, just as you called, Cam. Touchdown, Nashville. They go ahead.
What a cut back to the right. Sosa celebrating with his teammates. Pope Jr. got him down there. Watch this cut. Right there. Man. Right there. That's just a nice job finding the hole. And Nashville gets the first true stop of the game. They turned that into 7 points. And the tempo, even though they've been a little shakier with this roster in the fall than they were in the spring, have showed up to play here tonight against Albuquerque, who's been white hot over the last 6 or 7 weeks or so.
Absolutely, and Nashville doing a good job to stifle Albuquerque at the moment. Charles Franz with the extra point attempt, and it is a 7-point lead for Nashville. And like I said, no pun intended, but talking about tempo, I mean, you can't do it any better than that. You had the big pitch and catch right there from Candy Cane to Pope, and then they just pounded it in with Sosa. A quick strike, but it puts them ahead. And now how will Albuquerque respond as they set up shop at the 26-yard line?
And Jacob Morrison comes back out. We didn't get a chance to talk about it in the first quarter, Cam, but he could make some history tonight. He just won a championship with the Mexico City Aztecs. He'd be the first player in at least the 4K23 era to win an SFL championship and then follow that up with an SFLm championship. And he has an opportunity to do that tonight with Albuquerque.
Incredible. He's got an opportunity, but he's going to have to get some help. And here comes Delro in, blindsiding Roquan Dots, puts him on his back for loss. As you like to say, he was obliterated on that play.
There it is. It's my first obliterated as your analyst. That is brilliant, Cam. And what a nice blitz off the blind side of Roquan to set up a 2nd down and 15 and really put the pressure on the passing game. That's right where Nashville wants to be.
2nd and long. Dots throwing quickly. That pass is incomplete. It was contested. Again, good coverage downfield by Nashville, and in particular there, Pink Lisa once again on the play.
Switch Thumper in the chat. Found some time to watch the chip. He played for Madison back in the day. He was also on this Nashville team back in Season 8 when they made it to the championship against Chicago. So it's good to see the Nashville alum and Albuquerque alum in here as well.
Dots throwing out of the backfield, trying to get something going and not able to do so. Morrison couldn't spin out of that one, and it's Ballard with the open field tackle, and they're going to have to punt it away again.
Jamal Ballard, the new Charleston Predator, picked 31st in last week's draft. And, yeah, that's some great open field tackling on Jacob Morrison. Probably the best I've seen this season. Nashville's doing an incredible job of keeping everything in front of them right now.
A much better punt this time by Albuquerque, and a decent return right there by number 22 for the tempo, the special teams man, as he brings it back out to the 45-yard line. And so for Nashville here, all of a sudden, we had this game knotted up at 3. Now they get the quick touchdown, and they have an opportunity to put some distance between themselves and Albuquerque. Can they do it? That's the question. They start this drive out with a pass. The throw. Oh, thought he had it in and out of the hands of Tino Sosa. He did take a shot, though. Nice defensive play that time for Albuquerque to jar the ball loose.
Sosa not necessarily known as a pass-catching back out of the backfield. He'll continue to work on that, but you like Candy Cane getting all of his weapons really involved early. He spread the ball around well in the first half.
Again, we see motion from left to right. Kane again to throw. Good pocket. Good pass. Good catch. Elliott Pope Jr. 1 yard shy of the first.
Tough spot for Elliott, but once again, Candy Cane had a nice clean pocket. Portia Henson, Demon Pickle up front. Portia and Pickle sounds like a law team from Sesame Street or something. They're holding it down up there.
Speaking of holding it down, Tino Sosa bulldozing over defenders, delivering some hits and getting the first down on the way.
49 yards on 10 carries for Sosa. I mean, he really has shown up in this title game for Nashville. That's been the biggest difference between the last 2 meetings of these teams. It's been all on the passing game for Nashville. I think they realized, looking at the film and looking how the teams are composed right now, they can't do that tonight.
Over the middle to Privado. The pass is complete, nearing the red zone. And right now, this team looking so good, like a well-oiled machine. And you talked about it, Cam. They went back, they studied the game film, and they have really been able to correct a lot of what was hindering them the last outing.
And all their weapons are getting involved. They're using a lot of variety. They're playing with pace. I mean, they really look strong. Albuquerque a little bit on their heels. It's still very early, and Albuquerque's still very talented. Nashville's pushing all the right buttons so far tonight.
Doing everything that they can right now, trying to pull away from this Albuquerque team. They know they got to keep their foot on the gas, and you do it with somebody like Tino Sosa. I mean, you see that guy, each time they hand him the football, he gets a little more energized. He's almost like the Energizer Bunny, if you will.
And Dondas Talacarne's having a lot of work put on him in the second quarter, constantly in there making tackles. We're going to have to see, we're going to have to check his usage later in the second half. There he is again.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Making another tackle is Dondas Talacarne, and he seems like he's been about the only one who's been able to bring Sosa down.
He is playing really well, shooting gaps and really putting together some nice tape, continuing his career on in SFLm, and he's going to be a great prospect come season 25.
Sosa again with the carry, the first and goal. And you talk about the prospects, let's make a quick mention that 11 players between Albuquerque and Nashville were drafted to come play in season 24 of the SFL in just a few weeks.
Yeah, and Talacarne had another tackle there. So it's just living proof. It's a long road. It's a long process of trying to get into the pros, but once you get there, it's all worth it. And the next group of class gets to see this year's class get drafted, and while they are going to be a part of a new recruiting process, it's still an exciting time to develop and get ready for your pro career.
Indeed. Toss play, left side, Sosa. He was stood up that last play. He's trying to turn the corner. Again, that was Talacarne in, pushing him out of bounds. But for two straight plays, they've been able to contain Sosa, and that does give them promise on this third and goal. They need to get Nashville off the field.
And he didn't make the tackle, but Talacarne pushes Sosa out of bounds. I mean, he's just playing out of his mind on this drive. If Nashville does not get in the end zone, it will be because of number 20.
Agreed. Now Candy Kane rolling out, pressure coming, throws off the back foot, and it's intercepted in the back of the end zone. Can you believe it? Sonny Sky with the grab could have possibly saved Albuquerque's entire night.
That is a championship defensive play, Cameron. Look at that catch. I mean, unreal by a linebacker in the back of the end zone. Nashville, all the momentum in front of them. And now all of a sudden you look at the scoreboard, 4:27 of the half, and they're only down 7.
Incredible. That goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, just how quick things can turn on a dime here in the SFL. Delayed handoff, one to Morrison. Again, not much. You got to give credit to Nashville. And, of course, you see big number 95 in there for the tackle. That is Bear Winters, 6'6", 350 pounds. But they've done a good job with Morrison so far tonight.
Yeah, Jacob Morris, it's proving why how it's so difficult to win 2 championships in 2 different leagues. Morrison is the target tonight. They are all over him right now.
Hand off again to Morrison, this time faring a little bit better, able to get some positive yardage. 6 yards on the carry, 3rd and 4. And, like we said, Cam, using the ground game, both of these, these two teams utilizing their halfbacks a lot. A fast-moving first half here.
Yeah, Morrison in just 2 months has had 4 games over 100 yards. And both these teams, well, Albuquerque more than Nashville likes to establish a running game. But with Nashville establishing it, they have actually shortened this game. And that may be more favorable to the tempo.
Indeed. Albuquerque, again, throwing out of the backfield to Monte Carlo, who gets the first down before being pushed out of bounds by Jamal Ballard. Again, a good job running him out there, but again, another first down for Albuquerque. Starting to look a little bit better, this Adams offense.
Now the question for Albuquerque is, can they get points before the half? Something, anything, to get a little bit of momentum, get themselves, or keep themselves rather, in this game. Neither quarterback has made any sort of critical mistake, and neither team wants to make it at this juncture.
Morrison again with the carry, somehow able to worm his way through a very narrow hole there to get 7. And a tough earned 7 yards there indeed. But again, giving Morrison a little bit of confidence here. It feels like he needs that for his game tonight.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about football. It's a beautiful game. Sometimes the game ebbs and flows in ways you don't expect, as Monte Carlo is stopped. 44-on-44 crime there. But, I don't think that Albuquerque would have been sitting here with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter saying, maybe we need to get Morrison some touches and get him some confidence. I think that's the last thing they were probably thinking of coming into this game.
I have to admit, it wasn't on my bingo card. 3rd and 4, you see motion. That's Tyler Gregory, the tight end, moving to the bottom of your screen there. Now lining up on the line of scrimmage as Dots throws. He goes for Tyler Gregory, looking the young man's way, and he just drops it. That would have been a sure first down as we come to the 2-minute warning.
That is a tough break.
A tough break indeed. 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Folks, you are watching the SFLm Season 9 Championship on the Virtual Football Network, as Albuquerque has to punt this one away. Not able to capitalize. Oh, low snap right there. Able to pick it up off the turf, and a good punt considering. And this will be fielded and brought out to the 25-yard line.
The chat making a pretty decent point. Nashville did throw an interception in the end zone, right? Candy Cane threw a pick in the end zone, but it was just such a great play by Sunny Sky, Cameron. I didn't even really think it was a mistake by Candy Cane. It was just a much better play by Sky.
To agree 100%. I mean, the effort to outstretch Sunny Sky's hand there to reel that one in, that's just a freak-like play. It was incredible. Oh, my goodness, and it's intercepted again. The second INT, and it's going the other way. Number 47, Maxwell Quimby for the pick 6 and the touchdown.
Okay, I'll be critical of that one. The 4th pick in the SFL draft going to Washington. Maxwell Quimby with the pick 6, telling the Trident, see, this is what you're going to get out of me. And look at the hustle here. Just a total overthrow on the part of Candy Cane. And then Quimby with a beautiful spin move to the outside, knowing that he's probably got more speed than any of those big hog mollies up front. And Quimby gets the defensive score that Albuquerque needed. And all of a sudden, all the momentum with the Adams in a tie ball game with 1:40 left.
An absolutely beautiful defensive play. You don't see it drawn up any better than that. Quimby with the pick 6. The extra point, my friends, is good. And wouldn't you know it, we're all tied up. And like you said, Cam, this just tells you football, what a beautiful game that it is. 1 minute, Nashville is about to go up 17-3. The next thing you know, it's all tied up at 10 right before the half. My goodness. Nice return this time by Nashville. Good coverage. And still on his feet.
Oh,
he's going to go. Is he going to go? That's King. King. He's going to take it to the house. Can you believe Easton King with the kick return? And yes, young man, you should be celebrating right now. Oh, my goodness.
Get out of here. I was just about to say, Cam, in the last 2 games, Albuquerque's given up a combined 6 points. Their defense has been spectacular, but Easton King finds a way to take all of that momentum and put the team on his back and put Nashville back up by 6, 7 pending the extra point. What a baller move by Easton King to one-up Maxwell Quimby.
And he literally come out of that pile. I didn't think he was going to make it out, and somehow he was able to, again, find his way through the pile. Looked like they were going to drag him down around the 30 or so. No, he stays on his feet, and he comes out on the other side with jets blazing. This is an incredible game, folks, and again, thank you all for tuning in and being a part of it with us. Thanks, of course, for everyone in the game chat. Who knows what this game has in store? Could we get another kick return here? We're going to find out. brought down to the 26-yard line. No, maybe not. That might have been me stretching it there. But we get a chance to catch our breath right here. And for Albuquerque, now they got to sit there and think, man, we finally did what we needed to do to get caught up to the tempo. And they turned right around. And like you said, a baller move right there.
We haven't had a real close SFLm championship in quite some time. The last couple have been decided by more than 2 scores. Albuquerque and Nashville trying to send Season 9, the longest season in SFLm history, out with a bang.
So far, so good. Clarence Lee in motion for Albuquerque as Dots throws, and again, incomplete, just off target with Michael Goodman there. And that has been a problem for Dots tonight with his wide receivers. They just haven't been able to make any plays for him.
Albuquerque's throwing a lot on first down, and I think they're trying to get Nashville off the scent of Jacob Morrison, but it has put them in a lot of second and longs tonight.
Again, that same scenario, second and long, but instead, Tyler Gregory making up for that pass that he dropped on the last series. And a first down and a timeout called here as we are winding down in this first half. Again, Albuquerque, though, trying to get some more points on the board before we go to the locker rooms.
And that was really important for Albuquerque because they get out of the give-up zone, so they get into the zone where they're going to be more aggressive trying to get points before the half. They're not backed up so far in their own territory.
Dots again to throw. Beautiful play. Michael Goodman sprinting down the sidelines. Will they get to him? They bring him down at around the 5, and a timeout is called very quickly. So now all of a sudden Albuquerque doing a great job. But are you kind of surprised at the soft coverage there on the edges for Nashville on that play?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Cam, with these defenses or special teams, but it's like we're asleep at the wheel all of a sudden, and everything's popping off for these skill position players. That was a heck of a run.
Dots on first and goal to throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Tyler Gregory.
The coverage from Bentley Bonner, Cam, doesn't get much better than that. He was blanketed. Tyler Gregory, the sensational play. Got to get another look at it. Bentley Bonner got caught with his back turned at the last second. He tried to extend an arm out to swat the ball away, but the timing route was perfection. Dots to Gregory, and we're going to be tied again.
Incredible, but it is amazing. A great job of Candy Cane right there, or rather, Roquan Dots to place that football exactly where it needed to be. He was waiting on Gregory to make that break. The extra point is good. All tied up at 17 with less than a minute to go. We've had so much excitement. I haven't even got to tell you about the 25th anniversary SFL convention we've got going on. We will get to that, but who knows what we have in store this last minute of the second quarter. Now, King, he would love to bring it back twice. And he's going to try. Gets it out to the 34-yard line. So here you go for Nashville, Cam. 50 seconds to go. They could get down into at least maybe field goal range. If not more, they've got time and good field position to start.
Yeah, I think the difference is, Cam, is that the Nashville Tempo's quarterback has 2 interceptions, one that was a killer. Roquan Dots has not thrown a pick tonight. Albuquerque felt like they could take a shot, get a little bit more aggressive. Kane's buckling a little bit under the lights. I think Nashville probably just plays it safe. They're tied with the 3-time champs. Take it to the locker room.
Kane will attempt to throw here. And again, you can tell that this Albuquerque defense, that was Dustin Sikorsky there on the coverage. They're going after everything that Candy Cane puts in the air.
Yeah, and Albuquerque's really starting to build some momentum on this defense. The defense is gaining confidence. They're feeling like, I can jump this route. I know what's coming. They're smelling blood in the water right now.
Keep an eye on Easton King. He's the man in motion. Back to the air they go. Kane to throw. The pass is complete. First down and a timeout called. So crossing midfield there. The fresh set of downs. The Tempo still got some time to work with.
Yeah, you got to love it from Coach Walters. He's not giving up on his young guy. He's telling him, hey, look, man, you threw 2 picks. So what? We believe in you. Let's go down and get some points before the end of the half. That's great coaching.
Kane to throw, complete. I believe that was the King. It was not much there. Another timeout called. They should have one remaining.
Kane to King. That's a tough one. You know, the English language, I'm glad I learned it before I even knew what the hell was going on because because otherwise I don't know if I would have ever figured it out.
You know, that's funny you mentioned that. I actually went to school to be an English teacher, and I didn't understand why we were doing what we were doing. Anyways, Kane to Kane with the throw and incompletion. Good coverage by Albuquerque there. Sunny Sky again making a big defensive play.
Robert Henson, we need more Spanish. No, you don't need more Spanish out of me. And Albuquerque or Mexico City, you can't make the championship again because I can't do it.
Definitely a challenging there when it comes to pronunciations. Now look at this, nobody in the backfield for the tempo throwing. Oh, that was King having to come back for it, and they are going to say short. Good coverage once more by Sunny Sky downfield. That's 4th and 2.
Yeah, the pass was a little bit off. They're going to try a 54-yard field goal for Charles Franz.
Clock
it would be his
down.
long.
Are we going to get this off? Yes. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's got the angle. Oh, it's good. Oh, my goodness. A career long for Charles Franz to put Nashville back on top.
That was one of the best kicks in either league's history. I am scrambling, Cam, to look up to see what the longest field goal in the 4K23 era is. I think that might have been it. Charles Franz, what a kick. Picked 5th by the Sin City Samurai. Wow.
We could have just witnessed history. Folks, I believe we're witnessing a historical game here as we welcome you into the SFLm halftime report. Cameron Duty with Cameron Irvine here. And Cameron, what more really can we say other than what a first half? It's had a little bit of everything. We could have asked for more.
And I can confirm that is the longest field goal made in the 4K23 era. SFL or SFLm. No one has ever made a 54-yard field goal, and I don't need to analyze the first half, Cameron, because that's history. That's unbelievable. Charles Franz might be the steal of the draft after that kick.
Oh, incredible. You talk about going to Sin City, the 5th round, or the 5th pick rather. I mean, his stock just went way up with that kick. And it was a thing of beauty. As you said, an incredible first half. We welcome you back for the second half here at Nashville. This has been a fantastic game thus far. And for the moment, and when we say for the moment now, you know, Nashville is in the lead. They get the ball back. Anything can happen here. We invite you to strap on your seatbelts and hang on tight here as King has another return and takes a shot at the 35-yard line.
What a first half. I mean, just twists and turns galore. But the big reason why Nashville, just resetting things, the big reason why Nashville is ahead right now is their backfield has stepped up. Easton King and Tino Sosa. You saw the 147 kick return yards by Easton King, one of Sosa's best games of the season as well. That has been the difference. The battle of the backfield surprisingly to Nashville right now.
Yeah. And again, you know, the likes of King and Sosa, as you mentioned, fighting hard. And that's one thing I'm noticing each time that they get a chance to touch the football, just how physical they are. I mean, you know, they're not waiting for a defender to get to them. They are lowering their shoulder pads and hitting them head on. There's pure aggression out there. Second and 8.
The longest field goal in SFLm this season is 48. 40, wow. And he hit a 54-yarder.
He hit a 54. Oh, and he's going to have to run for his life. Sosa is not able to turn the corner. Good defense by Albuquerque, pushing him back for a loss. And it's 3rd and 12.
It's a big moment for Candy Cane. 3rd and 12. They really haven't been 3rd and long all that often, so we might get to see maybe a play call or a defense that he hasn't yet seen in this game. It looks like Albuquerque's showing pressure. They bring it from the middle.
Yeah, and again, they've got to go check down out in the flat and just nothing there. Sunny Sky, she's able to make a great open field tackle. We've called her name this entire evening. They'll be credited with a 2-yard gain, but nothing more. It's 4th and 10.
Yeah, I think Albuquerque confused Kane on that one because it looked like pressure was coming from the outside. Typically, you throw where the blitz is coming from, but they actually backed off and brought the inside linebacker, and I don't think Kane really saw it. He didn't adjust out of it, and Albuquerque makes the stop. Another great return there that time for the Adams. They get it up to the 33-yard line in pretty decent shape.
No, they sure do. Albuquerque, of course, going for their 4th championship here in the SFLm. Of course, both of these teams will be graduating, if you will, going up to play in the SFL season 24. That is, of course, right around the corner. So, very excited about what's to come. But as we said, both of these teams, they got a job to do. Nashville wants that first SFLm championship. They want to go out with a bang. And Albuquerque just wants to go lights out and get their 4th championship. Dots, pressure, somehow got rid of it. Not even sure how he was able to get his arm forward. He was pressured. That ball falls incomplete.
Now, Nashville has somewhat been in a championship before. Their leadership team was a part of the Madison Lynx back in the day. And Madison and Albuquerque actually played in that Season 6 championship, and Albuquerque won that one too. Right? So, so this for a lot of reasons, this Nashville Tempo team would like to dispatch of the Adams and stop them from winning their 4th.
A little bit personal. Morrison with the carry. That brings up 3rd and 6. And as we mentioned on the previous 3rd down for Nashville, this is a pivotal moment for Albuquerque in setting this tone this second half, getting out of this 3rd down jam here.
Big 3rd down here for Dots.
High formation, and it's a rollout. Roquan Dots with time, throws, complete. Put that one down at the ankles of Clarence Lee, but he's able to reel it in for the 1st down.
Yeah, heck of a little comeback route there from Clarence Lee, and Roquan Dots put it right on the money to continue the drive. That's a difficult play to execute when you're trying to get it right at the sticks.
And off to Morrison. Again, just not much there. We can credit this great Nashville defense for just how well they have done. Tommy Wilbrock Bussey there on the tackle, and quick back to the line here for Albuquerque.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. I'd like to see him get Morrison involved here. He's ice cold in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, indeed he is. And a throw this time, Dots down the middle to Gregory, able to reel that one in. The tight end now having a good game. He had the big drop early in this game, but he has since rebounded nicely with a touchdown and some important catches along the way.
I tell you what, I have a new appreciation for all the analysts out there who go out on a ledge and predict or try to command a team to do something, and then they do the total opposite thing, and it works really well. I'm kind of getting sick of it, so, maybe I should start shut my yapper a little more, Cam, because that was another great throw down the middle to Tyler Gregory that had nothing to do with Jacob Morrison.
Yeah, Rochelle always said if I want it to happen, the exact opposite will happen. So I feel her pain. Morrison, though, that time does get the carry on 1st down, 2nd and 8, but again, not much there. And once again on the coverage is Tommy Wilbrock Bussey. That seems like an instant replay.
That was a tremendous play by Wilbrock Bussey. Just kind of stuck a fist out and just thumped Morrison on his way through the pile in that draw play. Oh, again.
Morrison again stopped, and again by Wilbrock Bussey. Give me a little bit of commentary on that one, Cam. What did you see out of him that time?
Well, I saw, Cam, I don't know if you ever saw one of these, but have you ever seen the punching nun?
Yes, I have it.
It's a little thing you put on your hand, and then you hit a button, and the nun punches you. That's what he looks like, the punching nun right now. I don't know if anybody grew up with those, but yeah, they were frightening, and Wilbrock Bussey is frightening.
Indeed. Dots down to throw. Oh, and in and out of the hands of a defender there for Nashville. Bentley Bonner just about had an interception. It does fall to the ground, incomplete, 4th and 8, and now Albuquerque will have to send the special teams unit on.
Eddie in the chat saying Cam is no Ramos, that's for sure. Well, you know, you're no champion either. You don't come after me in my own chat, right? Yeah, so there. How about that, Cam? We're in control right now.
Yeah, indeed we are. And I tell you what, I didn't expect that to go off like it did.
Oh.
But I'll have to find something to say. Oh my goodness. Now that kick right there, yeah, I thought it was going to bounce out of bounds around the one, but no, it stays in and it's a touchback. Wow.
That's just unlucky. I mean, that was a pretty darn good punt down inside the 1 yard line. Yeah, unlucky for Albuquerque, but another great stop. This time it was Tommy Wellbrock Bussey making the big plays for Nashville, and we hadn't really said his name much all night, so all the sorts of different people stepping up at the right time.
Oh, they really are. A full team effort here. As we see a throw by Kane. That's off the mark. That was scary. That could have been disaster. Fortunately, though, for Nashville, it does fall incomplete. Back to the drawing board for second down.
Yeah, that had pick six written all over it, but credit to Kane. Doesn't get the intentional grounding. Actually kind of threw it at the feet of the receiver to make sure it wasn't picked off because there was nothing open there.
Look at this pressure that Albuquerque is showing. All the men lined up here on the line. Pressure coming around the edge, able to get it off. And the intended receiver was completely blanketed by Berlin there. I'm not even sure who that was. I think that was Pope he was going for, but it's incomplete. 3rd and 10 now coming up.
And where's Tino Sosa? Where's Easton King, right? These guys that were such a big part of the third quarter now, give credit to Albuquerque. They are adjusting, but Kane's going to have to deliver here.
Empty backfield. Kane to throw. Plenty of time. Surveys the field. The pass is complete. Right on the money. And again, that's just what they needed. A good job of Kane working out of that one. They needed to convert there.
Look at Kane working around in the pocket. Really nice job keeping him protected pretty much all night. And Albuquerque's brought some pressure, but they just have not been able to deliver hits on Kane. All the credit to Portia Henson, Demon Pickle up front.
Yeah, this offensive line doing a great job for Nashville to not giving Kane plenty of time to look. And there again, you see it. Throwing deep, intended for King, and incomplete. I tell you what, sometimes, I mean, obviously King laying out there trying to make that reception, but I tell you, many more hits like that, and it's going to be tough for him to get up off the turf.
Kane has a lot of trust in his offensive line. I mean, that pocket was collapsing around him, and he just stood cool, calm, and collected and delivered a ball down the field. It wasn't caught, but that tells you the mindset of Kane right now. Very comfortable with his offensive front.
Kane throwing quickly that time. Sunny Sky just about had another one-handed interception. She was that close to bringing that one in, and it is 3rd down. It was just a little bit ahead of her.
Another 3rd and long. The last one Kane delivered. They went empty, 5 wide. It looks like King's going to be out of the backfield for this 3rd down and 10 play for Nashville. We'll see how Albuquerque plays it. They're shifting around.
Kane to throw again. Oh, no, I thought that he had the completion there, and that's just good defense. What can you say? Dustin Sikorsky coming up with the big hit, jarring the ball loose. And it's 4th and 10. The punting unit will now come on.
So well-timed hit. Sikorsky going to be a part of that Houston Headhunters defense that's known for developing defensive rookies of the year. They've had 2 in the past. One was Everett Garrison, and the other was my memory is fading. I'll look it up for you.
And meanwhile, on the return, brought down at the 29-yard line. I would like to check myself there. That actually wasn't Sunny Sky. That was Seth Berlin who almost had the interception. My apologies there. But I tell you what, it has been a good defensive effort by Albuquerque coming out here this 3rd quarter.
We'll talk about Houston's ability to develop young talent here after this play.
Absolutely. We'll come right back to that as Dots will throw. Again, good defensive coverage by Nashville that time. One-on-one coverage. Pink Lisa coming up with the deflection. Go right ahead, Cam.
So in season 11, Kentez Johnson was the offensive rookie of the year, the quarterback for Houston. But in season 12, the defensive rookie of the year was Everett Garrison. He's in Arizona. In season 15, the defensive rookie of the year was Houston's Brody Gulch. In season 16, the defensive rookie of the year was Houston's Ralgar Law. And in season 18, the defensive player of the year was Josh Rose. So Houston has had a history. I think Sakasi is going to be another brilliant pickup in the draft by Houston as Dots delivers another strike.
I would agree. I think you'll be hearing that name quite often. And again, you talk about Dots here and a great reception to Clarence Lee, who has really came on during this game. And we do want to remind you guys, please smash that like button if you haven't already. We appreciate you helping the channel grow through your support. Share the link if you have social media. Let everybody know, hey, I'm spending my Wednesday night watching a heck of a SFLm championship game. And here we go. Morrison with his first big play of the half, shaking out of a tackle and getting the first down.
That's the best play of the night from Jacob Morrison. He finally is able to get free in the open field, and that time he was matched up against a linebacker, not where Nashville wants their defense to be, and a non-contracted one at that. So Jacob Morrison is finally able to get a matchup away from Bentley Bonner, away from Wilbrock Bussey, and away from Ballard, who's been giving him all sorts of fits tonight.
Albuquerque crossing over into enemy territory. 3:35 and counting here in this third quarter of play. The handoff to Monte Carlo, leaping over a defender. And he gains 3 on that one. Folks, real quickly, I'd like to remind you, the Simulation Football League is back when you get back from the holidays. The Mexico City Aztecs will raise their second banner versus the Minnesota Legend. Plus, Oklahoma City is back taking on Queen City in a rematch of the Season 1 championship. And Pittsburgh takes on D.C. It all starts with the Matt Wilson SFL Kickoff Show Friday, January the 2nd at 7:15 Eastern on the Virtual Football Network. And Jacob Morrison wants to be included in a highlight reel or two. Another good play for him. This young man beginning to turn on the steam as we go throughout this third quarter, getting him utilized in the passing game.
Wow, Morrison just gave Bentley Bonner a shovel, said dig about 2 feet deep and stick your 2 feet in it because I'm going right past you. That was a sick ankle break from Jacob Morrison. He's starting to heat up.
Yeah, he is, and at the most opportune time, Albuquerque down by 3. They are in red zone, or just outside of red zone territory. Excuse me, that run though going nowhere. Once again, Tommy Wilbrock Bussey in on the stop for Monte Carlo.
Bussey can hit, 247 pounds. He's the biggest linebacker on the field tonight, and I mean that respectfully. He is a load, and Monte Carlo felt it on that one.
Again, Morrison now with a big carry. You can see the more touches he gets, the more dynamic he becomes. He gets the first and 10, and this is the best he has felt, I dare say, this entire evening. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, and most importantly, Cameron, the Albuquerque offense is well coached enough that they have given themselves the variety that it takes to adjust in the second half. Albuquerque is adjusting to what Nashville likes to do, and they're finding new ways to get Morrison involved, like in that draw. They're starting to find the ways to produce against this Nashville game plan tonight. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Michael Goodman was the man in motion. Back on the ground again with Monte Carlo, and again it's Wilbrock Bussey on the stop. A 2-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 2. And for Albuquerque right here, I think personally you need to show that you can get into the end zone here. A field goal is great, but with a drive like this, you want to capitalize with a touchdown.
We've talked a lot about Nashville's offensive front, but Mango Moody, the guard in Albuquerque, also picked in the rookie draft 12th by Vancouver as that one falls incomplete. Moody's been doing a nice job in the interior. Bonner gets a little bit of revenge, knocking that one away.
And so that sets up a 3rd and 12 play here. As we said, a big play. Dots and company wanting to keep this drive alive. We'll see if they can do so. You hear the home crowd there for the Nashville squad begin to cheer and holler a little bit. Now Dots with the throw to the end zone, and that will silence them. Touchdown, Albuquerque. And look who he went back to. Number 87, Michael Goodman, who's made a couple of good catches this third quarter.
Dots, I tell you, this is the first time I've really kind of gotten to see him in person as a commentator. He is one of the best red zone throwers of the football I think I've ever seen. I mean, I got goosebumps. He's 6'8". That helps him see over the defense, the tallest quarterback in the league, and he is putting absolute dimes in very challenging spots in the back, in the front pylon that time, the back pylon the first time. Wow, Roquan Dots, he's an impressive talent. If he could just get back on the horse, he would be a force in future SFL seasons. He is really showing out tonight, and just like that, Albuquerque is back on top.
Well, you talk about the chip that Roquan may be playing with tonight on his shoulder. As we said, not drafted this previous SFL draft, but again, wanting to put people on notice, elevating his performance, and a great job tonight playing in the biggest game of his career, as Nashville will take over at the 31-yard line with 1:14 remaining. Folks, your time is now to get your voice on the call. You want to have as much fun as me and Cam, all right? We're looking for passionate SFL participants to join our broadcast team for SFL Season 24. Please visit simfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and be one of the biggest difference makers in the future of SFL action. And I can promise you, you will be glad you did. Candy Cane now to throw. Intercepted! Oh my goodness! That was possibly Dylan Bamsler, one of his most gutsiest plays, able to stand in there, literally jump in front of that pass with the INT, knowing how huge that is at this stage of the game for his team. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Coach Walters in the chat before that play said, come on, let's get Tino Sosa involved again. Nashville's run game has evaporated in the third quarter. They forgot what got them to that 3-point lead at the end of the half, and now Albuquerque's got all the momentum again for the second time in this game. The first time, Easton King got a kick return touchdown to flip the momentum. What's Nashville going to get now?
Well, then you got Morrison, who is running with a purpose, a great head of steam. He gets 3 there, but, you know, like we said, he's just waiting on that one shimmy or shake move, and he's going to be making it to the house, or at least that's how he feels. He's heating up after that gain of 3 there. We're less than a minute remaining in this third quarter. Nashville's defense going to be asked to do something very tough, but something that they can certainly do here, lock down this Albuquerque offense. They're going to try their best. Monte Carlo now, with a good run, but carrying a load of steam and gets close to the first. Big 3rd and 1 coming up here.
Is it just me, Cam, or does Albuquerque's pants look like velvet? I mean, they look like the softest pants. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because it's cold outside. I'm just cold right now. I need a blanket.
Perhaps suede. And let's talk about this tackle here. We are in Music City after all. Blue suede shoes. I mean, you know, come on. A great tackle by Wellbrock Bussey there. That brings up the 4th and 2, and we'll have to put that on hold for just a moment because, ladies and gentlemen, get your 4s and get your numbers up. We have one more quarter to play. Albuquerque leading Nashville 24-20 into the third quarter. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube.
Man, Wellbrock Bussey saves a potential touchdown drive from happening, and you talk about Nashville getting a 54-yard field goal. Albuquerque doesn't have a contracted kicker, so here they are punting. Not even. Can they get a bounce? Nope.
Not much. Off the side of his foot, and we've seen problems this entire evening regarding that situation right there. That was the second poor punt we've seen of the night. Now, the good news for Albuquerque is that they were able to at least get it down to the 10-yard line, so Nashville will be starting there in the shadow of their own end zone. 11 yards is actually where they'll spot them at, the 11-yard line. 89 yards to go for the tempo. We start the fourth quarter. Sosa with a carry. Not much there. Gain of 3.
Nashville's special teams has been an obvious advantage, Cam, with the 54-yard field goal, the kick return touchdown. Albuquerque's defense has certainly won the battle today. They forced 3 turnovers. I think whichever offense executes best in this fourth quarter to determine who's had the better offensive day, that's who's going to win this game.
Maxwell Quimby, Will, we've called that name tonight, haven't we? And a big tackle there. He's not through making big plays. 3rd and 8 coming up as we see 1 tackle, 1 interception. We should say a pick 6, as a matter of fact, for Quimby. 3 receivers at the top. Candy Kane to throw out of the backfield. Dumps it off. Oh my goodness, take a look at King. Stiff arming, still fighting for every yard. You want to talk about just how important this game is to this young man. He is not willing to go down at all. And a 1st down and 10 for this tempo.
Are you kidding me? What a stiff arm. And then gets a block, a spin, sends a linebacker flying through the air. Seth Berlin, I think, fell off the harness there, just right into the grass.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. And to get up digging the grass out of the front of his helmet, no doubt. And that's a 1st and 10 for Nashville, the type of play that they really needed there. And now, unfortunately, Sosa's going to go backwards. Loss of 2, got trapped behind a block there, not able to make anything happen. And that's hurt them a couple of times tonight, Cam, because we've seen them get off to these poor starts on 1st and 2nd down, and they've had to go long here a time or 2.
Yeah, Albuquerque's really figured out this backfield now. Nashville's going to have to rely on Kane. Wow, tough throw.
Yeah, tough throw right there, threading the needle. The pass is complete. I believe it was Myers with the grab, and that's going to bring up a big 3rd down here.
Yeah, where's Sharona Pravado? Get her loose in the open field. Been a little quiet in the last few moments of this game. She's at the bottom of the screen, farthest from Kane right now.
A rollout into pressure. Kane, though, throws and it's intercepted. Another one-handed grab by Sunny Sky. She's going the other way. We said, could it happen again? Sunny Sky with her 2nd one-handed INT of the night, Cam.
What in the world? Sunny Sky, where's this coming from? The performance of a lifetime.
Oh, man. Well, just getting a little bit of a jump start there on making sure next season, or rather for Fort Worth, kind of getting her chops sharpened up. But incredible play. A good defensive effort by Sunny Sky. And again, it gives the ball back to Albuquerque. That defense has been incredible this whole night. Now Morrison running around the edge, not able to get there. He is tackled and brought down by Pink Lisa. And it is this Nashville defense that needs a big play here.
Sunny Sky has been with the Fort Worth Toros for 3 seasons, has been in the minor league for 3 seasons. In total, had 4 career interceptions coming into the game. 2 of those this season, now 2 tonight.
Throw down the middle of the field. It is complete, and I believe that was Gregory. Yes, Tyler Gregory again with the very crucial reception there. Keeps the drive alive. And Albuquerque now, I don't want to say smelling blood in the water, but really you can make a statement here and make it very difficult on this tempo team for the final couple of minutes of this game.
Back to Sky just once more, having her best season of any kind in her career. 55 total tackles, 21 TFLs this season, 3 sacks for the Adams.
Morton, not much there, able to get 1, 2nd and 9. And Wellbrock Bussey again, who's been playing his tail off this entire evening. Cam, you can tell the urgency in this Nashville defense to try to get out of here with nothing more than a field goal attempt.
And Albuquerque, importantly, inside the 20 and in field goal range right now for that non-contracted kicker. Can't take a sack.
No pressure coming. Oh, and what a play. What a throw, and even better, what a catch by Gregory, kind of adjusting his body there to bring that one in. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Adams.
Look, oh, man, that wasn't even Dots' best pass of the night.
No.
A little bit behind Tyler Gregory, but what an adjustment to the football. And I can't wait to see where Roquan Dots puts his next pass. 1st and goal at the 4.
Albuquerque now trying to make a statement here. Morrison fighting hard, getting to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacob Morrison. And it is now a 10-point game with the extra point. It could be an 11-point game. Albuquerque trying to seal the deal here late in this one.
And this is exactly where Nashville did not want to be here tonight. Cam, because they just don't have a lot of depth offensively right now. They have to be very creative to move the football. Their defense, which had its moments in the first half, has really just not been a challenge. Morrison has improved, and Roquan Dots has played phenomenal football pretty much all night tonight. You had Nashville with 5:52 left. It's certainly not over by any stretch. Maybe they can get another Easton King return. They've got to get an explosive play. And another guy that's been quiet, Cam, I don't know that Elliott Pope Jr.'s caught a pass since his 71-yard catch.
I was actually getting ready to make that point. He has went silent in this game. King's return out to the 34, so good field position here. Interesting to note, this is the second straight matchup between these two that Albuquerque has been able to put 31 points up. Last time they played on November 22nd, they were able to secure the victory with a 31-13 romp over Nashville. And again, we see this Albuquerque offense getting it going here in the late moments of this football game.
And if you take away the Easton King kick return, the scores are identical.
Yes, a very good point indeed. For Nashville, though, they still have time, but they need to strike. Pressure coming. Candy Kane. Oh, that was almost intercepted again. And credit this, as we said, this velvet pants Albuquerque defense playing comfortable and looking good at it, too, out here. The pressure they're putting on Candy Kane, they've really turned it up a notch.
They're speeding up his watch, right? He's got to get rid of it quickly because they're bringing pressure off the outside. Here they come again.
Kane to throw, just trying to get something out of it now. Kane reverses field, turns upfield and gets the first down. My goodness, this young man, he is a human highlight reel.
For a moment, Cam, I thought that when he turned back and reversed field, that there was nobody left, right? I thought they had all pursued him, and he was going to turn around and get loose and be gone. Still a great play for a first down, but wow, I thought that was going to be another sensational play by King for a touchdown.
And it very well could have been if Sonny Sky hadn't have made that tackle. Now, Kane to throw. Good job, offensive line there. Oh, that pass just a little bit too high for the intended target. And a good job downfield.
Ooh.
Oh, and we've got a player down for Albuquerque. That is Harrison. Seth Harrison, number 99, the defensive end. 6'5", 275 pounds. He's going to Indianapolis, the sixth pick of the draft. But he's going to have to take a breather at least for a while.
Yeah, and when Indy sees that, they're going to be saying, "All right, how much is stamina?" Because they're going to be trying to get Harrison healthy. They've had their own fair share of injury woes over the years. They don't like to see that. Hopefully, Harrison's okay.
Kane to throw the pass, bobbled again and incomplete, and just off the hands of the intended target there. One of the players coming off the bench there trying to make a play, and it's 3rd and 10. Clock stops with 5:03 remaining.
The depth is really hurting Nashville right now. Those last two passes were dropped by non-contracts. It's not Kane's fault. The ball's right on the money. Easton King's the only one making plays out there.
And he has been silenced by this Albuquerque defense. That time going for bravado, as you alluded to a couple of plays before, Cam, but Seth Berlin says no thank you, and it's 4th and 10.
I think you got to go for it here. Under 5 minutes to go. Are they gonna punt?
They've got Franz in, looks like.
Yep. So they're gonna try one more time to get something good out of this defense. Maybe they can force an interception and flip the field. I mean, 4th and 10 is a tall order. I think if it would have been 4th and maybe 7, 6, I think they might have gone for it.
Trying to pin them deep, and a good open field tackle that time for Nashville. And, really, it's Jimmy Hatz. Just haven't had the chance to call his name, but a good play right there, stopping them at the 20-yard line.
Well, this is Jacob Morrison's moment, right? Won the championship in Mexico City, has had a much better second half than his first half. He's the man in the backfield. Albuquerque trying to protect the lead in the clock. All eyes on Jacob Morrison now.
And he gets the carry, and he is stopped immediately. And a good tackle by Jamal Ballard. 1 yard loss.
All eyes includes Jamal's too, I suppose, as he was waiting for him there. in the backfield for now 2nd down and 11. Nashville holding on.
Yeah, and keep an eye on that time, folks. Ticking away, 4:24 and counting here. Albuquerque. Incomplete, jarred loose that time. What more can you say? Great coverage downfield by Chris Delro, jarring that one loose.
That's a perfect hit. Dots put it right on the money. I thought for sure it was going to be brought in. That's just a better defensive play. 3rd down and 11. This feels like a critical moment. Nashville's got to get off the field.
Pivotal moment indeed. The crowd coming to their feet. Toss play. Left side, they give it to Morrison. Trying to shake out of a tackle. Won't do it. Tommy Wilbrock Bussey with the stop. 4th and 8, and Nashville will get the ball back.
Yeah, I actually like that play call, Cam, because you're up 11. Your defense has only given up technically 13 points tonight. All the pressure's on Nashville's offense right now without being able to establish a run game, and Jacob Morrison's the most dynamic player on the field. So give him a chance in space to maybe make something happen, but they kill 40 seconds off the clock, and that's the most important thing.
Decent punt that time. We've talked about the lack of special teams for Albuquerque and how it has hurt them on occasion tonight. That was a pretty good kick by their non-contract punter. And Nashville will start, though, from the 43-yard line, so this is the best opportunity they've had in quite some time to get a late score here and draw closer to the Adams.
Albuquerque 3 minutes and 43 seconds away from being 4-time minor league champions in 9 seasons.
And again, you talk about the lack of depth at the receiving core. That's another indicator right there. Incomplete. It looked to me as if Candy Cane had that pass right on the money.
If I'm Elliott Pope Jr. in the huddle, I'm saying, dude, come on, man. You got to find me, right? Forget all these other clowns. Let's go. We got to get the connection going because we only got 3:41 left in our season.
Long way to go and a short time to get there, as I like to quote a country music tune from back in the day, since we're in the Music City after all. But that is true for Nashville here. This throw complete. And really nothing there. 3rd and 9. They'll go no huddle here, Cam.
Well, Pope only ran a 1-yard stop route. You got to utilize his speed. Get him down the field right now.
That looked to be a little bit better. Going for bravado. It is incomplete. You got to imagine they'll go for it here. All the chips are on the table.
Yeah, it's go time for Candy Cane in this tempo offense. It's been a frustrating second half. Everything that made him great in the first half just has not materialized in the second half, and everything that's made Albuquerque great in the last 6 weeks, we've seen in the second half. This is it right here.
4th down. The throw out of the backfield. You give it to King, give him a shot, and he just wasn't able to do it. He's been making men miss this entire night, but this time Seth Berlin comes up with the most important tackle of his SFLm career.
Yeah, I don't hate that play call either, Cam, because that has been the most successful play for Nashville in the last 12 minutes or so, right? They have not been able to get the downfield passing game going. So you figure, let's give it to Easton King. All he's got to do is make one man miss, and that is just a heck of a job in the open field by Seth Berlin to make the play for Albuquerque. All their stars have stepped up in the second half.
Albuquerque now giving it to Morrison again, doing what he does best. Running the football, gain of 6 there. And really, you look at the time ticking away here, Cam, 3 minutes and some change remaining in this 4th quarter. They're really just a couple of first downs away from putting this one to bed.
And you talk about Albuquerque as, a potential 4-time champ. I know it's just the minors, but, they join teams like Queen City and Florida and Baltimore as these behemoth dynasties. And to do 4 in 9 seasons, if they're able to hang on for a victory, it's been over the course of 5 years, but, it's unbelievable.
It truly is. And there's Monte Carlo with one of the best runs of the night for Chevy, 6'2", 250 pounds. But, you made the point, Cam. This does, as you said, it is the minors, but, again, dominance, sheer dominance. And what this means for this team here before they take the next step, obviously, both these teams advancing into the majors, it really says a lot about some of the developed players that have come out of this unit.
I don't think they're going to snap this. If I was Albuquerque right now, Albuquerque's leadership, I'd be getting Zolnir championship rings on the phone, trying to figure out how I can get a 4-time SFLm champions ring made for all the alumni that have come out of Albuquerque, that have seen titles as really starting points to their career, winning championships. And it's just going to be so exciting to watch them. Now they're in the South Division in the SFL. It's going to be so exciting to see if Albuquerque will ever be able to win the big one up in the SFL ranks. And Jacob Morrison will tell him how to do it because he just won it.
Oh, yeah. We're past the 2-minute warning, and now a timeout called by Nashville, and you know, they're down to their last gasp. Of course, we've got so much exciting things to talk about with Albuquerque and what they've been able to do. You know, let's give this Nashville team a shout out too, because they have had a good season. As we said, a little bit short on depth. We know that hurt them, but they have played some good football this year, and they've got some stars on that side.
Yeah, Nashville, that's going to be a first down. That might just do it. Nashville had a great roster last season, and they played like it. This season, they got a little unlucky, right? They don't necessarily get to recruit players. They get assigned players, and they lost a lot of talent on this team, including Isaac Knox, who went over to Philadelphia to try to help the Cougars out. But they still fought. They still fought hard. They still ended up, as Morrison almost got another first down, they still ended up, Cam, with the #1 seed, and then they had to go out last week and handle their business. That's not an easy thing to do, obviously, against some of the perennial teams in the SFLm, and they handled their business last week, taking out San Jose in the semifinal. And they put together a valiant effort, but Albuquerque in the second half was able to, there's still a little bit of time if Nashville can get another stop, but the fact that they were able to adjust so beautifully in the second half to get Jacob Morrison back going, get their defense figured out, it really does show the future and the hope in these new playbook rules and these new playbook opportunities for these teams. Albuquerque handled their business tonight masterfully in the second half when it felt like they were going to be counted out, because Nashville it seemed like every time they needed a big play, they got it. It just didn't seem like it was Albuquerque's night, but boy, did it turn out that way.
And Morrison sealing the deal right there. That's going to put the cherry on top, folks. Albuquerque will come away with their 4th SFLm championship. Incredible indeed. It's been a fantastic evening, folks, and the celebration for Albuquerque is just beginning. Of course, a valiant effort, a great season, as you said, Cam, by Nashville, both of these units. So many bright stars, so much to look forward to as we go into the SFL season in a few weeks after the holidays. I can't wait to get started. It's going to be the final snap of the night. Victory formation for Albuquerque. Dots with the kneel down, and let the celebration begin, my friend.
Wow. 4 and 9 seasons. Season 2, Season 5, Season 6, and now Season 9. They'll be the GOATs forever in this league, I have no doubts.
Immortalized forever in SFLm, the Albuquerque Adams Championship #4. They defeat the Nashville Tempo 31-20, and truly a game for the ages here in Music City. Cameron Irvine, final thoughts, and who will we name our SFLm Championship Player of the game?
Final thoughts, Roquan Dots in the red zone was fantastic. Candy Kane had a red zone interception. 4 turnovers for Nashville, none for Albuquerque. 14-0 in points off turnovers. They won by 11. And then Jacob Morrison was able to get it going in the second half. He finishes only with 88 yards on 25 carries, but he came up in the biggest of moments as well, along with that defense. I don't know, Cam, player of the game, that's tough. I think I'd edge to say Roquan Dots to throw for 2 touchdowns and no interceptions in a championship game is pretty special.
Cam, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thanks to each and every one of you who tuned in. Thank you all in the chat. Thank you all who have participated this SFLm season. It has been incredible. The SFLm will return. We've got business to take care of, though, when the SFL kicks off the Friday night Matt Wilson SFL kickoff show, January the 2nd at 7:15 Eastern after the holidays. We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. For Cameron Irvine, I'm Cameron Duty. It's been the Cam and Cam Show, and it's been incredible. Thank you all for being a part of it. Have a great night. Congratulations to Albuquerque on winning championship number 4. Good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves.